Hello and welcome to week 2 of HRA8140 Climate Control. In week 2 we will take a look at the following. We'll define terminology used to describe climate change and ecological systems. We'll analyze how the Earth's major components interact and are interdependent. We'll describe how key ecological processes contribute to ecosystem health. We'll analyze how the distribution of ecosystems has been and continues to be influenced by natural conditions and assess the impact of an introduced species on an ecosystem. The Earth system contains 4 physical systems. First is the atmosphere. This is the layer of gases that surround Earth. This not only includes oxygen and nitrogen gases, but other gases as well. This allows you and I to breathe, and it protects Earth. Second physical system is the lithosphere. This is the surface of the planet that forms the continents and the ocean floor. The third is the hydrosphere. The hydrosphere includes all the water on Earth, including lakes, oceans, the ice, and water vapor in the atmosphere. The fourth is the biosphere. This is part of the Earth where life exists. Together, those first 3 systems interact to give us the biosphere. Ecosystems. An ecosystem is an interdependent grouping of living and non-living components in the environment. Systems can be called static or dynamic systems. Static systems are those that stay exactly the same and do not change in any way. Ecosystems are defined as dynamic systems. This means that they are constantly changing, even if they look like they're staying the same. For example, the atmosphere. We might look at our atmosphere with the naked eye and it doesn't look like it's changing. But constantly things are happening. Carbon dioxide is being taken in by trees and plants and being converted to oxygen gas. All ecosystems are subjected to both natural stressors such as fire, flooding, and wind, and human-induced stressors such as habitat modification and exposure to hazardous wastes and chemicals. On a routine basis, chemical, physical, and biological stressors challenge the integrity of ecosystems. Typically, ecosystems can rebound from these stressors. However, if an ecosystem loses a key structural component, the application of another stressor may set off a chain of events that leads to the degradation or potential destruction of the ecosystem. One example of an ecosystem that was altered took place in the Great Lakes region around 1988. Due to the large volume of ships entering the Great Lakes from other parts of the world, a new organism was introduced to the Great Lakes. This was the zebra mussel. Ships from Europe were emptying their water tanks in the Great Lakes and dumping the zebra mussels, a very fast multiplying organism. The zebra mussel quickly took over many parts of the Great Lakes. The existing ecosystem could not stop the takeover. The ecosystem has changed and will more than likely never return to its previous state. So what about our biosphere? Could an excess of greenhouse gases result in small or large changes in our biosphere? With the Earth's population growing and the increased use of fossil fuels throughout the world, what will happen? What is the impact of fossil fuel use on the planet Earth? Let's review week number 2. Can you answer the following questions? Can you define the terms associated with climate change and ecological systems? Can you describe how ecosystems are a delicate balance? Can you explain how the steps of ecological processes must occur without disturbance? Can you define the term dynamic in ecological systems? Can you describe at least one example of how an occurrence altered an ecosystem? That ends week number 2. Take care, and we'll talk with you in week number 3.